Thank you, Adrian. Whiskey number 2. And I'd like to thank Central City Brewers and Distillers for the donation of the Lowen McKinnon peated whiskey that Julie will describe for you, and for the beer at the bar. And there's also a silent auction item for their whiskey club, if you have gone through the silent auction item. So thank you to Central City. So Julie Flynn, I've known Julie from North Shore Trail Running Community, and I'm pleased that she was able to come here tonight. She was born and raised in Newcastle in the northeast of England, but we won't hold that against her, being English, but it's kind of southern Scotland. When she was 27, she moved to North Vancouver, and she developed a love for the outdoors, especially trail running and hiking. She's one of the peak baggers that David Carrar last year talked about with his book on the Peak Bagger's Guide to the North Shore Mountains. Julie's running adventures have taken her to some magical places in the world, with races in the Sahara Desert, the Rocky Mountains, the French and the Italian Alps, as well as local trail races. And her running adventures and the trails of the North Shore inspired her to explore writing, and in particular a 200-mile foot race in the Italian Alps, 200-mile running race in the Italian Alps, where she used many of the 10 essentials more than once. And these are the essentials of hiking that with North Shore Rescue we are always telling people, you've got to bring the essentials with you. And so this was the inspiration, and the proof of their importance was captured by Julie in her book, Finn and the Magic Backpack. And it's a North Shore fairy tale. So please welcome Julie Flynn.
Thank you, Alan. Hi, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here tonight. I always wanted to write a book ever since I lived in England, and my first attempt was to write a book of a vegetarian cat. Then I started to eat meat, so I kind of shelved that. And then just last year I started to get that inspiration again, and I wanted to write. And I love fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of stuff, so I thought, okay, a fairy tale. And I find the North Shore Mountains here is my fairy tale, and every time I go out for a run, it's my escape. So I wanted to write about a book about where we live and how to be safe and when you're out there in the backcountry. And that's when I got the inspiration to write about the 10 essentials. The book is Finn in the Magic Backpack. It's about a young boy, Finn. He receives a magical backpack from his granny, and he decides to go on his own adventure to visit her in the land of Deep Cove, to thank her for the gift. And inside it has the 10 essentials, which are magical also. And why I wanted to write about the 10 essentials was every weekend when I put the radio on, I would hear about North Shore Rescue being out helping people. And I just thought that would be a great idea to put into a children's book and to implement some safety for people to be prepared. I'm just going to read a couple of small chapters from the book. The first one was, the first one I wrote was Feeling Grumpy. Finn and BP reached the end of the valley. There they found the rocky foothills and a mountain, and a sign that read Mount Seymour. It was time to start climbing. Finn pushed the pace up the mountain. His empty tummy growled, and his legs felt more tired with every step. All this weight has slowed us down, he grumbled. Are you sure we need to carry all 10 essentials? Yes, said BP. It's very important to carry them all. BP knew Finn hadn't eaten since breakfast. He unzipped himself a little bit and squeezed himself tightly around the middle. The essential snack and bottle of water popped out, landed in Finn's hand. Finn ate and drank happily, and soon felt full of energy again. Then, while he was chewing on his last bite, he heard a rustling in the trees. And out pops a deer with large brown eyes. Sorry if I frightened you, said the bear, blinking its big bright eyes nervously, but there's a storm heading this way, and you should find shelter soon. Finn and BP thanked the deer and continued up the trail, hiking as quickly as possible. The snow. After the long climb to Mount Seymour, Finn and BP were thrilled to make it to the peak. But within minutes of arriving, the temperature dropped and snowflakes started to cover the ground like a white blanket. The cold snapped at Finn's face as a ghostly blizzard surrounded him. But then he felt something else. BP was wrapping the essential extra clothes, making him feel warm and keeping him dry. Come on, let's go, shouted BP. Finn sprinted down the trail with the blizzard following behind him like a white shadow. Finally, they reached the foot of the mountain, where the land lay flat again. The snow turned to rain, and ahead a sign read, "The Great Forest." Now for the exciting part, the whiskey. I'm a bit shorter, so you have more time to drink. It's my pleasure to present the whiskey tonight, Lorne McKinnon, peated. This heavily peated malt whiskey, sourced from the Burns in Scotland and crafted right here in BC. This single malt from Central City Breweries in Surrey is made from peated Scottish barley, and the nose has notes of gentle pipe tobacco smoke, honeycomb, butterscotch, and a hint of barley sugar. The taste is peppery and slightly smoky with black pepper, honey, vanilla, and caramel tones. The finish has a good, lingering kiss of smoke. The whiskey has been awarded Liquid Gold Award with 95.5 points from the 2019 Jim Murray's Whisky Bible, making it the highest ranked Canadian single malt whiskey. Thank you.
All right, we want to line up, get number 2, the Lorne McKinnon.